Good afternoon, YouTubers. It's mid-January here in Ohio. It's unseasonably warm, it's about 50 degrees out, and I'd like to do a review on two pieces of gear that I've been using now for about a year. I have about 30 to 35 nights on them. First is Katabatic Gear Bivy. Second is the Katabatic Gear 15-degree model called the Sawatch. This is their 850 fill power version. They make a 900 fill power too. The 850 is a water-resistant goose down. And this is rated to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. This size regular comes in at about 24 ounces. They have a really good chart on their website that talks about all their model sizing and options. So far I've been super impressed with this, so let's take a look a little bit deeper at some of the details. When you buy the quilt, it comes with this really nice sil nylon stuff sack. It's got a nice little pull tab here. You can pull the quilt out and hold on to the sack. Also comes with a big storage bag, which I'll show in a minute. What really sets this quilt apart from other ones I've used, and I've had 3 or 4 before I got this one, is the way this one is cut. A lot of them are just cut like a giant blanket with baffles. This one is cut so that it's rounded, it's contoured to your body. And what this allows is you can really regulate your temperature. You can really suck it in if it's really cold. They have a really cool attachment system that I'll show in a second, but that differential cut that they do is really a huge thing. The foot box is completely sewn in. It's roomy enough that you can get your feet in there, but it's a little crowded if you want to try to put water bottles and thing in there, but it's good and it's good size. Up here on the collar, they have a great draft tube and these reinforced plastic snaps, so you can really tighten it up around the collar with this drawstring. Works real well. And then the other thing I really like about, if you look at it from this side, this is all black right here, so you can turn it inside out, which I'll show you how to do. And it dries super quick. You know, after a couple of days of getting hot and sweaty and kind of being gross, it's nice to kind of dry this out. It also has this other adjuster right here, which you can kind of cinch in. This is around like your knee area. Let's take a look at their kind of unique attachment system next. I like quilts a lot. They allow you to regulate your temperature. If it's 50 at night one night and then it's 30 the next, this quilt does a really good job adapting to that. Where a lot of quilts fail is when it gets colder, they let air in through the sides because there's no, you can't seal them up like with a zipper on a mummy bag. Katabatic Gear solves this with the best system I've seen so far. Is they have 2 ropes, one here and about one here, goes across about mid-chest and then down towards your lower back, and you can really suck in the sides around you. You saw how they're shaped, and then you can suck it in even more with these little tabs. Tabs run on this cord. You can either have them in one position where they kind of move around a little, or you can move it into the next position, which honestly I've rarely had to do. Okay, maybe you can. There you go. You move it in the next position and then it won't really move very much. It's not very tricky. You can get in and out. Even when you're in the bag, you can take them on and off. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's pretty simple. One thing I really like about this quilt is it's super simple to dry out. What I do on a multi-day trip is I turn the foot box inside out, use the knee buckle up here, use the snap up here, and then because it's black, it's nylon on the inside, it dries out super fast and kind of relofts it mid-trip. Here's the Bivy bag that I use a lot of times with the quilt. It's from Katabatic Gear. It's called their Bristlecone Bivy. It's about 7 ounces. Super lightweight. I was a little worried about durability when I first got it, but it's held up great over about 30 nights. Top fabric is an ultra thin Pertex fabric, dries incredibly quick and is a great DWR on it. And then the bottom is a bathtub floor, uses a 70 denier sil nylon. It's been more than durable enough. I haven't poked it or anything like that. You just want to be careful with it. The design has one big zipper. It comes down to about here. And then on the 4 corners, you're able to kind of stake it out. I take little twigs and stake it out. And then you can run this up to the top of your tarp, or I use this a lot of times with the Go Light SL3, and it allows plenty of space for your head. I've camped in terrible mosquitoes with this, and while it's a little claustrophobic in there with this like zipped up like this, mosquitoes aren't getting you. It's quite nice. Overall, I'm really happy with the design. It really integrates well with the quilt, because on the bottom of the Bivy bag there's some D-ring loops that you can run the string around, and it keeps the sleeping pad in place, and then you're able to use those strings, as I showed, to clip in the quilt itself. So really well thought out, integrated system between these two. I've used the Bivy by itself when it's clear night, just slept on the ground and perfectly comfortable. I've also used it with A-frame tarp configuration quite a bit, And then the Go Light Shangri-La, I've used it with that just because it gets a little condensating in there. And this was nice because it kind of provides a little bathtub floor for you. So also included with the quilt when you buy it, you get the quilt, you get the silk nylon stuff sack, and you also get this. This is a really nice, really big organic cotton storage sack. It's much larger than other ones I've got from other manufacturers, and it seems to be a really high quality. So just another extra bonus. It really shows the attention to detail and quality that you get out of Katabatic Gear. Good morning. You got down in the upper 20s last night, but I slept really good with this quilt. One thing to mention is I got the 850 fill water resistant down version of this quilt, and it seems to work really good. It dries out pretty fast. I've never got the bag completely soaked. That'd just be dumb to allow that to happen, but it does dry out pretty quick. If I left it alone in this tent for an hour, hour and a half, it would be relofted. Everything would be good and dry. The other thing to mention, that one reason I really like quilts is that I'm a side sleeper. I don't sleep on my back very well, and I like the ability that my head can rotate independently of the bag. And one thing I use is when it's going to be consistently under 30 at night, is I use this goose down balaclava from a company called Z-Packs, and it allows my head to rotate independently versus like a mummy bag where I might be breathing down into the bag. So it works out as a pretty good system. If you got any questions on the Bivy or the quilt, just leave them in the comment section. I'll try to reply. Thanks for watching.